My beloved, slow down for a moment and stay here with me. Just breathe for a second and listen closely because my heart has been reaching for yours for so long. I have watched every step you've taken through these heavy days, every quiet tear you wiped away before anyone could see it, every smile you forced while something inside you quietly hurt. I know you more deeply than you know yourself, and still you keep drifting farther away from me. So let me ask you gently, from a place of love that has never left you, am I truly not worth a little of your time? Every morning I stay near you, hoping you might think of me before the noise of the day rushes in. I watch you reach for your phone while your thoughts are still tired from the night before, scrolling because silence feels too heavy to carry first thing in the morning. I walk beside you through crowded schedules, unanswered messages, long drives, and moments where your soul quietly begs for rest while your mind keeps pushing forward. And even then I keep calling softly to your heart, hoping you will slow down long enough to notice I'm still here. I see how exhausted you've become. I saw you staring at the ceiling at 2 in the morning, pretending you were okay, replaying conversations in your head while your chest carried more than you knew how to explain. I watched you sit in rooms full of people, smiling at the right moments while your heart slowly closed itself off from everyone around you. The world kept getting louder while your spirit became quieter, and somewhere in the middle of surviving everything, you forgot what peace felt like. Still, even in those moments, you never stopped mattering to me. Dear heart, have I really become so easy for you to forget? I formed every part of you carefully with tenderness and intention, shaping your heart, your thoughts, your very soul, because my love overflowed toward you from the beginning. I dreamed beautiful things over your life long before you ever learned how to be strong for everyone else. And even now, after all the distance, those dreams for you remain untouched. So I ask again, am I not worth even a small piece of your day? Think about the quiet moments I placed gently into your life. In the stillness of early morning, before the world starts demanding things from you, I waited hoping you might speak my name instead of rushing immediately into worry. In the middle of sleepless nights, when anxiety sat beside your bed and your mind would not rest, I reached for you softly, wanting to calm the storm inside your thoughts. But instead you searched for comfort in things that could only distract you for a moment, while leaving the ache untouched underneath. Even when you felt alone, walking through pain no one fully understood, I stayed close beside you. I know you've been trying. I saw how hard you fought just to make it through certain days without falling apart in front of people. I watched you carry wounds you kept calling fine because you didn't know how to explain them anymore. And maybe part of you still wonders whether anyone could really understand what's happening inside your heart. But I do. You keep trying to fix yourself alone, trying to heal places that were never meant to be healed without love. I see how quickly your attention is pulled toward endless notifications, endless opinions, endless noise that keeps your mind busy but leaves your soul emptier afterward. I see you searching for validation from people who only know the version of you you learned to perform. I see you chasing moments that disappear almost as quickly as they arrive. And through all of it, I remain here patiently, waiting quietly for you to turn toward me again. Am I not worth more than the things that keep draining you? Is my love not deeper than the temporary comforts that leave you feeling hollow afterward? Listen to me, precious one. I know every hidden pain you carry inside yourself. I see the tears you cry after everyone else goes to sleep, the disappointment you hide behind tired eyes, the loneliness you learn to carry without speaking about it out loud. You became gentle with everyone except yourself, and pain slowly changed the way you see your own worth. But hear me clearly now. I care more deeply than you realize. I am not afraid of the broken parts of you you try so hard to hide, and I have never stepped away because your heart became heavy. I want to bring peace into the places where confusion has been living for too long. I want to sit with you in the silence you keep trying to escape. You do not always know how to pray anymore, and I understand that too. So maybe for now, you don't need to force any words. Just stay here with me for a moment. Beloved, do you remember how far my love was willing to go for you? I stepped into your world and walked through sorrow, rejection, loneliness, and pain because I could not bear the thought of losing you. I carried your shame, your failures, your wounds upon my own shoulders, and chose the cross willingly, not out of obligation, but out of love that refused to let you go. Even now, after everything, my heart still reaches for yours the same way it always has. My love for you has always been stronger than death, deeper than the pain you carry, wider than every mistake you keep replaying in your mind at night. Do you truly believe there is anything you could do that would make me stop loving you, even when you drift far from me, even when days pass without you speaking my name, even when you hide your wounds so deeply that no one else can see them? My love remains exactly where it has always been. It has never weakened with time, never grown cold, never become tired of reaching for you. The same love that held you in the beginning is still holding you now. My arms are still open to you, beloved. I have never stopped hoping you would come home to me, even quietly, even slowly. So pause for just a moment and let your heart become still enough to hear my voice again. I have watched you rushing through life from one obligation to another, carrying stress in your shoulders and exhaustion behind your eyes while your soul quietly begs for rest. The world kept asking more from you, and somewhere along the way you forgot what it felt like to simply breathe in peace. I remain near you every day, patiently waiting while your attention is pulled in 100 different directions. I saw how quickly you reached for your phone this morning before you even had time to feel your own heart waking up. I watched you scroll through endless noise while anxiety slowly returned to your chest before the day had fully begun. And still, through all of it, I kept whispering your name gently, hoping you would notice me somewhere beneath the noise. So I ask you again with love that still aches for you, am I truly not worth your time? I have seen how tired you have become. I saw the moments when you sat alone in your car for an extra minute because going inside felt too heavy. I watched you lie awake at night, staring into the dark, pretending you were fine while your thoughts kept circling the same fears over and over again. I know how restless your spirit feels after the distractions finally fade and the silence returns. And when that heaviness overwhelms you, you keep reaching for things that promise relief for a moment but leave your heart emptier afterward. You search for comfort in places that cannot truly hold you. You give pieces of yourself to people who only understand the surface of you while the deeper parts of your soul remain unseen. I stay beside you, ready to comfort you, ready to carry what has become too heavy for you alone. Yet you keep trying to survive everything by yourself. Dear heart, why have you learned to suffer in silence when I have been reaching for you this entire time? You were never created to carry all of this without me. Every morning I wait for even the smallest moment with you. A quiet whisper before the day begins. A simple thought turned toward heaven while the sunlight touches your window. I made this day for you as another chance to begin again. Another chance to walk with my peace instead of fear. But so often your first thoughts belong to yesterday's worries, unfinished conversations, bad news, and the pressure waiting for you before you even leave your bed. And I stay there beside you, still hoping you will look toward me. In the stillness of the night, when sleep feels distant and your mind refuses to slow down, I move close to you again. I whisper softly into the silence because I know how badly your heart needs comfort, even when you do not know how to ask for it anymore. But instead of sitting in that quiet moment with me, you fill every empty space with more noise because silence has started to feel unfamiliar to you. And maybe deep down, part of you fears what your heart might say if everything finally became still. Beloved, those quiet moments were never meant to make you feel alone. They were meant to bring you close to me. I see every hidden part of you that other people miss completely. Every fear you hide behind your smile. Every hope you stopped speaking aloud because disappointment made your heart tired. My love for you has never changed with your failures, your doubts, or your distance from me. Human love may shift and disappear, but mine remains steady even on the days you struggle to believe you are worthy of it. I watched the tears you wiped away quickly because you did not want anyone asking questions. I saw the pain of being misunderstood, overlooked, or left behind by people you trusted deeply. In those moments I reached for you again and again, hoping you would stop trying to hold yourself together long enough to let me hold you instead. But you closed your heart and carried the weight alone because somewhere along the way, you started believing your pain was yours to manage by yourself. It never was. Let me carry what has exhausted your soul. Let me stand beside you in the places where you feel weakest instead of forcing yourself to appear strong all the time. I chose you long before you ever thought to choose me, and my love for your life began long before your first breath entered your lungs. I still see beauty and purpose ahead of you even when you cannot see it for yourself anymore. That is why I sent my son for you, to carry your burdens, to forgive your failures, and to bring you back into my embrace. Do you understand how precious you are to me? I speak to you now from a heart filled with tenderness and longing because I truly miss you. I miss the closeness we once shared, the moments when you spoke openly to me without fear, when your heart leaned naturally toward mine before life became so heavy. And now, softly and patiently, I am calling for you again. Please come back to me. I am not asking for hours from you. Only a few honest moments where your heart slows down enough to let me near again. Even 5 quiet minutes with me could begin healing the places inside you that have been aching for so long. You give your attention to so many things that drain your spirit but never truly fill it. Will you not give even a small part of your day to the one who has loved you faithfully through every season of your life? Listen closely, dear heart. If you keep running from me, the world will slowly pull your soul deeper into exhaustion, fear, and endless noise until you can barely hear your own heart anymore. I have watched you trying to carry everything at once while pretending you are okay, even though inside you feel more lost than anyone realizes. The peace you are searching for cannot survive in constant distraction. I do not say this to condemn you. I say it because I love you too much to watch you disappear inside the chaos. What I want for you is peace that lasts longer than temporary comfort. I want your life filled with hope, purpose, and rest. And even now, after all the distance between us, my promise has not changed. My heart is still open. My arms are still waiting to welcome you home with the same love they always have. No matter how far you have wandered, I still want to heal what hurts inside you. I still want to comfort your tired soul, strengthen you when you feel weak, and guide you when life becomes too heavy to carry alone. My love has never changed with your failures or your silence. It is steady, it is faithful, and maybe deep down part of you already knows nothing else has ever loved you this deeply. Beloved, you were created to know my love personally, not from a distance. You were made to find rest in my presence, not spend your life endlessly chasing peace from things that cannot hold it for long. I know every part of your story, every hidden fear, every memory that still hurts when it returns to your mind. No one could ever know your soul or love you more completely than I do. So I ask you again, am I truly not worth your time? Right now, in this moment, would you slow down long enough to turn your thoughts toward me again? You do not need perfect words or a long prayer. Even a quiet whisper from your tired heart is enough for me. Let this be the moment your soul stops running and remembers where it belongs. Come closer now, precious one. Let your heart rest instead of constantly trying to survive another difficult day. Let me remind you who you are beyond the pressure, the disappointment, and the exhaustion you have carried for so long. You are deeply loved, deeply seen, deeply cherished by the one who formed you from the beginning. Let us begin again gently. I am not here to shame you for the distance between us. I am here because I miss you more than you realize. I miss the quiet moments when your heart naturally reached for mine before life became so loud and complicated. And even now, after all this time, the question still rises from my heart with love that has never faded. Am I truly not worth your time? You spend your days pouring energy into responsibilities that leave your spirit exhausted, and into noise that keeps your mind busy but your soul empty. Yet when I whisper softly to your heart, you move past me so quickly. Still, I continue waiting. I wait beside you in the morning while your first instinct is to reach for the worries waiting on your phone instead of resting with me for even a moment. I stay near when your heart breaks too. I saw you scrolling late at night because silence felt heavier than distraction. I watched you replay conversations in your mind, wishing someone truly understood the weight you carry inside. In those moments I leaned close, hoping you would speak honestly to me, even through tears and confusion. But instead you searched for comfort in voices that only deepened the ache already living inside you. And when life became overwhelming and your thoughts grew darker and louder, I still stayed beside you. I placed light gently in front of you, hoping you would trust me enough to follow it one step at a time. But even while you searched for answers everywhere else, I never left you. I never grew tired of loving you. I simply kept waiting with patience that never ends. You spend so much time chasing things that promise happiness for a moment and disappear just as quickly. You listen to people whose love changes with circumstances while wondering why your heart still feels unsafe. But I have never changed my mind about you. I still choose you. I still want you close to me. I still love you with the same fullness I always have. So once again I ask you, not with anger, but with love deeper than you can measure. Am I not worth your time? I formed you carefully with my own hands. You are not a mistake, and you were never a burden to me. I miss hearing your honest voice again. Not polished prayers or perfect words, just the real thoughts of your heart exactly as they are. You do not realize how much joy it brings me when you think of me, even for a moment in the middle of your busy day. I have never been far from you. Even during the seasons when you felt forgotten, I remained right beside you, loving you quietly the entire time. Every time your heart shattered quietly behind closed doors, I felt that pain with you. Every tear you wiped away before anyone noticed, I saw it fall. I watched you sit in silence trying to hold yourself together while carrying burdens that were slowly exhausting your soul. So many nights you told yourself to stay strong, even when your heart was begging for rest. And all that time my hands were reaching toward you, hoping you would finally let me help carry what was crushing you. You were never meant to survive all of this alone. That is why I came close to you. That is why I walked through sorrow, rejection, loneliness, and pain in your world. That is why I chose the cross. I accepted the suffering so you could finally know peace, and I carried the weight of death so your soul could live freely again. Even now, after all the times you drifted away from me, I have never once looked away from you. Even when you stopped praying for a while, I still listened for your voice. Even when disappointment made your faith feel tired, my love for you never changed. Maybe part of you still feels unworthy now because of the things you regret, the mistakes you replay in your mind, or the person you think you should have been by now. But hear me clearly, beloved. Nothing about your brokenness has weakened my love for you. It never will. I know how heavy life feels for you lately. Your thoughts are pulled in too many directions at once, and some days you feel invisible even while surrounded by people. You smile through conversations while something inside you quietly wonders whether anyone truly sees how exhausted you are. But I see you completely. You are deeply loved by me, and you always will be. I am not asking you for perfection. I am not asking you to come to me with polished prayers or a life that finally looks put together. I am only asking for your heart. Just a few honest moments where you stop pretending you are fine and let me sit beside you in the truth of what you are carrying. That small space between us is enough for healing to begin. Do not be afraid to come close to me because I already know every part of your story. I know the things you wish you could change, the habits you hide, the regrets that still wake you up some nights. I know the moments where shame convinced you to pull away from me because you thought distance would protect you from disappointment. But my love does not disappear when you fail. It does not become smaller when your faith feels weak. My love stays, even in the moments when you feel like letting go of yourself. Come to me exactly as you are right now. Come tired, come confused, come anxious. Come carrying questions you still do not have answers for. You do not need to clean yourself up before reaching for me because I have always wanted the real you, not the version you think you have to become first. And maybe deep down your heart is exhausted from trying so hard to deserve a love that has already been freely given to you. You have searched for peace in so many places. I watched you chase comfort through distractions, relationships, achievements, and endless attempts to fill the emptiness you could never fully explain. You wanted to feel safe. You wanted to feel chosen, understood, wanted, and held. But every temporary thing eventually faded, and the ache inside you returned again because your soul was created for something deeper than the world could ever give you. You were made to walk closely with me. You were made to rest instead of constantly surviving. You were made to hear my voice above the noise that keeps exhausting your spirit day after day. The world taught you to keep moving, keep performing, keep carrying everything silently, but I created you for peace. I created you for relationship, for closeness, for joy that stays even when life becomes difficult. I have never forgotten you for even a moment. Not during the nights you whispered, "I'm too tired." Not during the mornings when anxiety became the first thing you felt before your feet touched the floor. Not during the seasons when you wondered if I even cared anymore. I stayed beside you through every one of those moments, quietly watching over you while waiting for your heart to turn toward me again. I saw how hard it has been for you. I saw you trying to stay strong for everyone else while secretly feeling like you were falling apart inside. I watched you laugh with people during the day and then cry alone when the room finally became quiet. There are battles inside you that nobody fully understands, but I have been there through all of them. Even in the darkest moments, you were never abandoned. And now I speak to you again with the same love that has followed you your entire life. I am not asking for something impossible. I do not need hours from you or perfect words spoken the right way. Just sit with me for a little while. Speak my name honestly. Let your tired soul rest for a moment instead of carrying everything alone again. You do not need to perform strength in front of me anymore. You can stop pretending here. Let me become your place of peace when the world feels too loud. Let me be the safe place your heart has been searching for every time fear starts closing in around you. Come to me before the anxiety grows heavier. Come to me before the loneliness convinces you nobody cares. Just come close to me. I am here and I have never stopped being here. I will not leave you emptier than I found you. I will not leave your heart shattered on the floor while you struggle alone. I want to give you peace that settles the chaos inside your mind, comfort that reaches the wounds nobody else can touch, and strength that carries you when your own strength runs out. And nothing else in this world can fill your soul the way my love can. But I can only bring that peace into your life if you let me near again. You have spent so much time searching for something that could finally make your heart feel safe. You trusted people who promised to stay, only to watch them leave when life became difficult. You reached for comfort in places that seemed full of love but left you emptier afterward. And I saw every moment of that disappointment. I felt the ache with you every time something failed to heal the emptiness inside your soul. What I want to give you is different. My love does not disappear when life gets messy, and it does not grow cold when you struggle. I do not offer temporary comfort or affection that fades when you are no longer strong. I stay. I remain close even on the days when you barely know how to love yourself. And maybe part of your heart has forgotten what unconditional love even feels like. You do not need to become perfect before coming back to me. You already have my love. You do not have to impress me with strength or flawless faith because I chose you long ago. Even while you were running from one thing to another searching for peace, I was still quietly reaching for your heart with patience that never gave up. But beloved, I still need your yes. Love does not force its way in. Love waits. Love knocks gently. Love invites. And that is what I am doing now. I am standing at the door of your heart, asking softly, "Am I truly not worth your time?" I do not ask because I am angry. I ask because I miss you deeply. The world keeps pulling your attention in every direction, convincing you that busyness and distractions matter more than your soul. But I am the one who created your heart, and nothing in this world will ever love you with the steadiness that I do. So come to me just as you are. You do not need perfect words or some dramatic moment of faith. Just breathe for a moment. Let the noise settle. Whisper my name softly if that is all you can manage. I am already near you, already listening more closely than you realize. Let me hold the parts of you that have become exhausted from trying so hard for so long. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are still deeply loved and deeply wanted by me. I know how heavy your heart has become after carrying silent battles nobody else fully understands. I saw the nights you stared at the ceiling pretending you were okay while your soul quietly begged for rest. I watched you laugh around people while tears waited for you later when the room finally became quiet. You kept trying to stay stronger and hold everything together, but I never asked you to carry all of this alone. I wanted to be the place you ran to when life became too heavy. And even while you tried fixing everything without me, I never stopped protecting you. There were moments you never noticed where my hand stayed over your life with love and care, not because you earned it, but simply because I love you. That love has never depended on your perfection. So here I am again, waiting patiently for your heart instead of your performance. I am not asking for something big, just one honest moment where you finally whisper, "God, I need you." That small opening is enough for me to begin healing the places inside you that have been hurting for so long. The world has already taken enough from you. It promised happiness but left you exhausted. It promised love but left you heartbroken. I watched you chase those things hoping they would finally fill the emptiness inside you. But nothing temporary could ever reach the deeper place in your soul that was created for me. I did not come to control your life or condemn you. I came to walk beside you gently, to guide you when you feel lost, and to become your peace when everything around you feels unstable. You do not need every answer before coming to me. I simply want your heart. I want to walk with you through ordinary days and quiet moments, not only through pain and emergencies. And even in the broken places of your life, the places you wish had never happened, I can still bring beauty out of them with a love that never stops rebuilding you. There is nothing in your life that I cannot redeem with love. Not the pain you carry quietly, not the mistakes you wish you could undo, not the struggles that left you feeling tired and unsure of yourself. I can bring light into the darkest places inside you and meaning from the moments that hurt you most. But I need you to trust me enough to stop running and stop carrying everything alone. You were never created to live constantly overwhelmed, distracted, and emotionally exhausted. I have watched you move through days that all blur together, your thoughts racing while your soul quietly longs for peace. You were made for rest. You were made for deep love that heals instead of wounds. You were made to live in freedom, not fear. And that peace begins when you return your heart to me again. I know you still wonder sometimes if I am truly near, if I hear your prayers, if I still care after everything you have been through. So hear me clearly now, beloved. Yes, I am here. Yes, I hear you. Yes, I care more deeply than you realize, and I never stopped. I created you with purpose long before the world tried to convince you that you were ordinary or forgettable. Pain may have dimmed your light for a season, but it is still there inside you. The exhaustion did not destroy who you are. Let me remind you again. Let me gather the broken pieces you hide from everyone else and breathe life into them again. You do not need to understand how healing will happen before bringing your heart to me. Just come honestly. It is not too late for your life. You are not too damaged. You are still deeply loved, and something beautiful can still rise from everything you have been through. I ask for your time not as a rule or obligation, but as a gift of love between us. Even a few quiet minutes where you stop scrolling, stop worrying, and simply sit with me can become sacred. The world taught you that time must always be busy and productive, but time is also presence. Time is relationship. Time is love. Comment, "Jesus be my defender," if you trust his protection. Let me be the first voice you turn toward in the morning before fear fills your mind again. Let me stay beside you through the middle of your busy days and sit with you at night when your thoughts become heavy. I want to be your peace in the storm, your quiet place when life feels too loud to carry alone. You already have my attention. You never had to earn my love. And you do not need to wait for another perfect moment to come close to me, because this moment already matters. Time is more than minutes on a clock. It is an open door, and even now I am standing there patiently knocking. I know how tired your mind has become. Some days you keep saying, "Maybe later," because life feels too heavy and prayer feels far away. Still, I wait for you with hope, never anger. I wait like a loving father, hoping his child will finally come home again. When was the last time you sat with me without asking for anything? No pressure, no performance, just resting quietly in my presence and letting yourself be loved. Because even in silence, healing begins. Peace enters slowly. Strength returns quietly. Your soul remembers what it feels like to breathe again. I know there were moments when you prayed and felt like heaven stayed silent. I saw the disappointment you carried in those dark nights when you wondered if anyone was listening. But I never left you. Sometimes what your soul needed most was not immediate answers, but my presence beside you through the waiting. You were never meant to live far from me. That ache you feel sometimes, even when everything looks fine on the outside, is your heart longing for home again. It is your soul reaching for the closeness it was created for from the beginning. Jesus, gentle Savior, I come before you now with a quiet and open heart. Thank you for being the calm that steadies me when life feels overwhelming, and the soft voice that reaches me through anxious thoughts. Teach me again to trust your timing and rest in your grace instead of exhausting myself trying to hold everything together alone. Walk beside me through every unknown season ahead. Help me hear your voice more clearly beneath all the noise surrounding me. Thank you for looking at me with tenderness instead of disappointment, and reminding me that I am still loved, still held, and never forgotten. Where fear still lives inside me, plant courage. Where my spirit feels weary, breathe hope back into me again. Stay close to me, Jesus, and remind me that simply being with you is enough. In your presence I find peace, and in your love I finally feel at home. Amen. If something inside your heart softened while hearing this, maybe that was God reaching for you again. If this message touched you, type Amen in the comments and share it with someone who may need to hear God's love today.